we'd like to invite Mr. Ryan Lee, Ms. Leong, and Professor Pamela Lin for the Q&A session. Mr. Lee, I'd like to commend your admirable taste in music. A few of us were questioning the choice of music on the website, techno music. Alright, the Q&A session will commence now, and it will span up till 9:25, which is when we will take our last question, after which we will proceed for the tea reception. It's a bit late for tea, but there's some refreshments outside. Supper. Alright, so can I have the first question? Yes, sir.
I want to ask Mr. Ryan, right? For your future product, right, will you go into develop the speakers in a way that maybe like there is a wireless function? Because now I heard that there is a wireless speaker nowadays, but your product, right, is formed with cable. So I'm just wondering whether you will.
Well, we are going to do a Bluetooth speaker with a microphone built in, so you can use it like a communication device for your mobile phone. We did think about doing Bluetooth about 2 years ago actually, but the stereo Bluetooth audio at the time wasn't very good. So the sound produced wasn't very good. So only about 6 months, 9 months ago, they came up with a new Bluetooth audio that's a lot better. So that's why I'm moving to this area. We might look into Wi-Fi as well, 2.4G, alright, for wireless sound. That would actually create better sound. But most likely you'll see a Bluetooth speaker from us before you see a Wi-Fi one. Yeah.
Okay, another question. Because you are selling speakers, what kind of other products are you going to innovate into earpiece, headphone, or other?
We will innovate into portable sound. Anything that's still within the realm of portable sound, we'll do. But I think if it's too much out of that, we might not do it yet. Maybe later on when the business gets more stable, when the brand gets more stable. But I think for now, most of the products that we're creating is to create a niche within this area of products. That's why we'll probably just stick to portable sound for a while, at least 2-3 years.
Yeah. The gentleman in the third row.
Hi Ryan. Okay, my sister, she also has your smokers, and they actually call it the hamburger design. So what inspired you to actually have this design of the hamburger?
I think the round QQ thing was quite nice. So I actually thought, something with round cube curves. It actually helps with the sound too. Okay, so if you created a square vacuum, it doesn't work. So the whole, obviously because the drivers are round, right? Whatever platform below the vacuum, automatically becomes round, right? So we were thinking, to put the whole thing together in a round ball below cuter. So that's why we came up with the name capsule speaker, because it opens up like a capsule. But we might make other designs. It's not going to stick there.
Also, I would like to ask, you straight away jump into entrepreneurship after university, or what do you do after you graduated from university? And what actually inspired you to suddenly go into become an entrepreneur?
I did work for about 5-6 years before I became an entrepreneur. But I worked actually in this field as well. I worked in R&D. My first job was working in this company. I did R&D for PDA phones. So that's when I got to know a lot of engineers and got to know how to run engineering projects as well, OEM projects. I got to understand the manufacturing side of all of this business. I got to understand the post-production side of this business. Then I went to Mongolia for 1 year. And I helped to set up I did the Sony distribution over in Mongolia. Set up a trading office in China and Singapore at the time for this company. Then I came back to Singapore and worked for another 1.5 years with SIS Technologies, and I was the regional manager for Europe and US. So then I got distribution contacts in Europe and US. So every bit actually of my career, I always collected databases, and when you're starting, I would think this would be a very good advice. Whoever you meet and collect contacts from are very important. And I've collected all these contacts all these years, whether they're in engineering, manufacturing, whether they're in distribution, whether they're media contacts. I often just kept all these contacts in place. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but eventually I thought if I did start business, I might need these contacts. So, yeah.
I think we'll give Mr. Ryan B a break for a while. Any questions for Ms. Young? And I'd like to ask the people who are asking questions, please introduce yourself and give us your names. Because Mr. Ryan B has brought a few speakers to give away, so you never know who he may want to give it to. Alright, so you can't backdate, huh? Alright, so any questions for Ms. Leong? Alright.
My name is Nicholas.
You're going to get free internet now.
I was just wondering, do you think that large corporations like NCS is better placed to innovate as compared to a small startup?
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. For me, any place that you are, if you have an idea and you can convince your bosses, it doesn't matter whether it's startup or it's a big corporation, because big corporations still need to innovate, and we keep on talking about re-engineering of processes and all that. So I don't see a difference, because the one good thing is if you're in a corporation, getting funding may be easier. May not always be the case, but it may be easier, because part of the organization, they can just let you spend some time to do some innovation.
If given a chance, would you strike out on your own, or would you prefer the corporate climate?
That's a good question. When I shared with you, I took entrepreneurship course. I almost wanted to come out and do my own business. Then I think about it, I scratch my head. If I do that, then okay, how am I going to support myself, my family? Then after a while, I said, I took the easy way out. I become a corporate entrepreneur. Yeah, open up new markets. Where I need to, same thing, I need to bring my services, my company services overseas. It's also quite tough, I went to the toughest market, which is Hong Kong. Hong Kong sometimes will look down on Singapore, right? And luckily we are ahead in terms of computerization, and we are able to convince, and when I was there, I got in a lot of hundreds of millions of multi-dollar contracts, because we were able to differentiate. And like what Karen mentioned, they were at a phase where they were doing large-scale revamping of their systems, and I was just right there after the handover from China, from the British to under the Chinese regime. Yeah. So we were right there at the right time. So when we started off this computerization, so we entered into a lot of 10-year contracts. So we were lucky.
Sorry, Mr. Lee, but would you have stayed within Sony to pursue this innovation of yours, if given a chance? Or would you have just went out?
I think I'm a bit more reckless in age now. So I didn't want to start something for a very long time, but I just didn't know what. So there was this interest in university. When I was in university, I was often look at new products. New type is something I read for fun, and I do that for fun. That's why I'm in business. But even years ago, I actually didn't want to start something. I just didn't know what. Yeah. So eventually, when I